Mick's one regret. The journalist leaned forward. You've talked about other artists, but what about you? Do you have regrets? For the first time in the interview, Mick didn't answer right away. He looked down, tapping his fingers on the arm of the chair. His usual smirk was gone. Yeah, he finally said, I've got one. He explained that in the late 1970s, the Rolling Stones were at a crossroads. Punk was exploding, disco was dominating radio, and the band had to decide what kind of future they wanted. Keith wanted to keep the raw rock and roll edge, but Mick was tempted by something else, chasing trends, making music that might fit the charts rather than the stage. There was an album, Mick said quietly, and I pushed it in a direction I thought would keep us current. But it wasn't us. It didn't have that grit. I could feel it the moment it was finished, and I knew I'd made the wrong call. The album sold well enough, but it didn't leave a mark. Fans were confused, critics were lukewarm, and for the first time, Mick felt like the Stones had lost their compass. That's when I realized, you never make music for the charts. You make it for the soul. If it hits the charts after that, great, but the soul comes first. He admitted that the fear of becoming irrelevant had gotten to him. I'd seen other bands fade away. I thought if we didn't change with the times, we'd disappear. But the truth is, the moment you stop being yourself, you've already disappeared. The regret still lingered because Mick knew it could have been avoided. He had ignored his gut and Keith's warnings and let the pressure of the industry sway him. If I could go back, he said, I'd tell myself, trust the music, not the market. The journalist sat in silence for a moment before asking if that mistake had shaped the way Mick approached the rest of his career. Mick gave a small, almost defiant smile. Absolutely. Every tour, every album after that, I've asked one question. Does this feel real? If the answer's no, it doesn't happen. That's why we're still here. The interview wrapped up, but Mick's words lingered long after. They weren't just about music. They were about life. Staying true to who you are, protecting what makes you unique, and refusing to let fear or fame change your core. As the cameras stopped rolling, Mick stood up, shook the journalist's hand, and walked out without looking back. The door closed softly behind him, but the echo of his voice remained. You can't buy soul, and you can't fake it. And in that moment, it was clear why Mick Jagger, at over 80 years old, was still not just surviving, but leading.